Hello everybody, this is a Ford, I think it's a Focus, yes. And what I'm replacing on this today is the clutch. So this is the manual automatic transmission. To get to the clutch, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery and get to the remove all this accessory down here. If you watch my other videos, what I like to do is remove everything that is necessary, and then I lift the car up and jack the car up. Of course, I don't have lift, and then remove everything at the bottom and then slide the transmission out. So let's get that battery disconnected. 10, the terminal bolt. So we're gonna disconnect this guy, put it aside. Let's remove these mount brackets. Those are also 10mm. After you remove those, just take the bracket out. That will free your battery. Next, let's open the air intake box. Let's remove the air box. I pop that out of the way. Let's open the air box. And filter out. This thing has no bolts. It's just seated with the push-on fittings. Just gonna find a good place to pry it up. Okay, this guy here. Remove this strap. Help you separate. Need a tool here. There you go. Pretty stuck in there. So here we go. Get box out. To get some wires out of your way, you're going to disconnect this wire and this wire from your fuse block. That is right in front of the battery. And then you can just lift and remove the battery out of your way. There you go. Next, we need to get to the mount. I'm not going to remove that until I'm done removing the rest of the harnesses and starter motor around it. Here we are underneath. You might have a shield down here. You're going to need to remove 3 bolts here, 3 bolts there, and then 1 here and 1 here. Oh, there's none here. Sorry about that. To remove this shield. Once you get it shield off, as you can see at the bottom, we have a rear mount here to remove. We also need to take out the CV axles from the transmission to get the transmission free. We are taking the transmission out completely because installing the clutch. This yellow tab, you're going to pull it up, and this black part will slide down, and you can take this clip out. When it comes to the starter motor here, there's 1 bolt there, 1 on top. This will remove this ground here, and then at the bottom, there isn't a lot. We just got to follow this harness and get it disconnected. There's a giant plug down here. I'm going to show you. Hold on. So you're going to disconnect these 2 plugs. Transmission. Then you got 1, 2, 3 bolts here to separate it. We're also going to remove the axle. To remove the axle, we're going to go ahead and remove the wheel. Remove the lower ball joint. And push the hub assembly out and get the axle removed completely. We're not going to have it hanging out because it will always be in your way. And especially if you're taking the transmission out this way, down here, and then out, you're going to need some space. So I will be removing this cover because it will be in my way. The CV axle is connected by these 2 bolts here. You can remove these to remove the axle completely out of the way. You don't need to worry about removing this bracket because we're not working on the engine side. This will help you take the axle up completely. And I think that's it from the bottom. I still have some wires and stuff to remove from top, and I'm going to refrain from removing any of the coolant lines. But I remember there's a heater core line that has to be removed. So if I do, I'm going to end up draining the coolant and add it once I'm done. So I really can't show you how I remove these things. It's pretty common. You need a tool to unbolt these things, but I'm showing you what needs to be done. Pry it right here. There you go. So this will disconnect the plug. Yeah, these are designed to be removed by hand, but as tough as they are, they don't remove by hand. There you go. So no, nothing is broken. That's how they come out. In German cars, these plugs are extremely easy to pry and open. for some reason in Ford, you can not open them without applying some tools. So first plugs you're gonna work with, because this locking mechanism here is supposed to be gear with the gears on top, and that thing keeps on snapping. It doesn't remove the plug. It doesn't pull the plug like it's supposed to. It's terrible design. So next I'm gonna remove this ground. I'm gonna remove this ground here. So these are 13mm bolts right here. You can remove, this is the studded one for your ground. Remember, it goes here. These are the bottom bell housing bolts, and I'll show you so you remember, this is how big they are. So now, since I'm down here, I also got to that bolt on top. There's no there's no stud on it, there's no wiring harness on it, just a straight out bolt. Now the bottom side for me is done. I'm going to go ahead and remove that mount. So you can open the side bolt here, and then also you can open this bolt here. The reason I'm removing it, because I want it out completely. I don't want it to be in my way. Here you go. So you can just basically move the transmission just a little bit out of your way. There you go. And there you go. This guy's separated, but it won't come out because you have this bracket to remove, and we're going to remove that by removing a bolt right here and 1 and 2 bolts on top right there. To get a little bit of more room, I just put a regular bolt in the way so I have more clearance to get these bolts out. Yeah. There we go. And now we can take this completely out of the way, and we have more space to work with. Alright, I'm gonna go out, so be careful. Now the engine and transmission can move back and forth. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the axle next. So on the top, I have removed these 4 bolts, 2 here, 2 on the other side. On this side, there's this plug connected with the clip. Remove those and take this plate out of the way. The reason I took this plate out is it allows me to use longer extensions to go straight and get to the transmission bolts from this side, because this was extending out up to here and is preventing me from doing that. This right here is your shifter cable that loops around like that and goes and connects right here. Get yourself a fork like this, put it down and pry it, and that comes off. Now underneath here, cable attached to a fitting. We're going to disconnect that too. To remove that, you need to pinch the 2 fittings on top and pull the cable out. There. So don't try to twist it or anything, because you will break it. It's very fragile. So to get this cable out, you're going to pinch these 2 like that with a needle nose, and get a small pry tool like this to go under, like under here, and pry it out. That's the only way, unless you have a better way than mine. That's how I did it. And then just get the cable out of your way completely. You have to remove it from its mounting sites and set it aside. Perfect. You see all this harness going down? We have plugs here, plug all the way there, and 2 plugs here. We're going to need to remove these and remove the harness from the transmission. It's installed by these metal clips. You're going to use a pry tool to pry the clips off the housing. Sometimes I can show you. It's easy. Yeah. These are metal clips like that. They hold. So right here, you have 1 bolt in the transmission housing here, and 1 right here you got to remove, and then you got those 2 bolts right behind the exhaust manifold, and one of them you can get by accessing the channel right there. Put a long extension and a socket, from this side, and the other one you just have no choice but to get from the side with the open wrench, and it stays in, it won't come out. Let's do the top bolt. I took that out as well. Now, to remove these axles, the passenger side is a bit easier to remove from here, from the actual center shaft, center mount. But the axle itself, when it sits in the hub assembly, is a nightmare. You do need an impact gun and a punch to get this axle out. It is stuck. Also, these ball joints, they're not really easy to remove. I do have a spreader. I did spread this, but it's very rusted, so it's very hard to take it out. So you get the axles out. You have to drain the fluid, transmission fluid. And once you drain the transmission fluid, you don't have to drain it all the way, just enough so it doesn't pour out when your transmission is leaning from these axle shafts. We don't want that. And then remove all your plugs. I got this one plug here. You can see right here. We're going to remove that plug. Rest of the plugs I've removed. To get to the top bolt for the transmission, there is one more bolt right there. And you can see that bolt is behind this bracket. This bracket is for the shifter cable. So you're going to take out those two 10mm bolts, and that will get access to that one lonely bolt that we got left. I got to that bolt right there, and there's this not easy way to get to it because this actuator is in the way, so it's kind of hard, but the bolt's loose. I have supported the transmission with transmission jack. Let's take this bolt out. This is the final bolt that's holding the transmission to our mount. Ta-da! For the transmission bracket, I'm going to remove mine. Why I remove this is because it gives me enough room to slide the transmission down. But it's up to you. On this Ford, before you get the transmission completely disconnected, you need to remove the flywheel bolt. So the actual clutch housing, entire assembly, is attached to flywheel by 6 bolts, and you have these kind of bolts here. What you need to do is take the starter motor out, and then there's a small rubber seal. You gotta pull that seal out. That gives you enough room to get your ratchet to the bolt from this side. The setup I have is like this, long extension, like this, and the ratchet sits right here, and you can see the transmission already separated itself. So once you get these 6 bolts, they're a total of 6, removed, some of them will drop inside. But don't worry, as long as you don't drop all 6 inside, there's plenty of room for flywheel to spin. After you get that out, your transmission should basically be loose and able to pull it out. As soon as you get all the bolts off from the flywheel, you'll see the transmission is just sitting there. And before you start taking those bolts off, you can remove your bell housing bolts and keep one in here, which is an easy one, attached. So once you remove all the flywheel bolts, the transmission doesn't drop on you. And then you can put a transmission jack under there and get your transmission out. What I do is when I get all the flywheel bolts out, put my jack under there, get the last bolt out, go right here, find a good place to grab, and wiggle the transmission loose. Slowly drop it. So yeah. It's not gonna be that straightforward, but that's what you need to do. The car in my end is very high off the ground. This transmission will easily drop down and yank out of there. You can see no restrictions. Now the transmission is free. You can take a look at the flywheel. All right. I'm gonna pull the tranny out. So I use this cavity here and move the hub assembly out of the way. Here's the transmission. Let me take this out. So you can see here, there's enough loose material to cause a problem. So